So let me show you how to do the slow shutter speed effect using a mirrorless or DSLR camera. So the name itself pretty much gives it away. By adjusting a few settings on your camera, you're able to get this really slow stutter-like effect. I've seen this used quite often in music videos, and I'm just going to show you guys how you can easily do it. So I'll be using the Sony a7S III, but the settings will pretty much be the same whether you're using a Sony, a Canon, or any other type of camera brand. So what we're going to need to do is adjust the shutter speed on your camera to make this work. The shutter speed is basically the amount of time that your camera shutter is open and it's letting light into your camera sensor. So usually if we're following the 180-degree shutter rule, which is what filmmakers use to get that cinematic motion blur, your shutter is usually set to double whatever your frame rate is. So with this rule, if we're filming in 24 frames per second, the shutter would be at 1/48th, which is not available, so we'll have to set it to 1/50th. So when we shoot at that shutter speed, you can see that the movement is very smooth, but this is not what we're looking for this effect. We're gonna have to break this 180-degree shutter rule to get the effect that we want. So make sure that your camera is in manual mode when doing this effect. So what we're gonna do instead is set the shutter speed to around 1/5, 1/10 to get the look that we're trying to achieve. You'll definitely have to play around with it. The lower you go with the number, slower and more jittery it gets. So really it depends on how you want it to look in the end. You might also have to adjust your ISO and aperture to balance out the exposure for the shot. It's a really easy effect. All you really need to do is change one setting and you're good to go. I actually love using this one here since it's easy and it kind of gives me that 80s, 90s vibes. And honestly, it's the type of style that I like making sometimes. So it's cool to come back and use this effect when I'm creating something in that style. Let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoyed this video. And if you want to learn another quick effect, make sure to watch this video here.